Hi, my name is Nina, and I'm the creator of Sensually Soulful movement. And this is day one of the Sensually Soulful Vulnerability video series. I decided after going to the YouTube class last night on vlogging that I wanted to set up a challenge for myself because I was terrified. I can share the link where I had to post or actually create a 1-minute video talking to the camera, and you can see how painful that was to do. And I'm hoping that that's the lowest point of my video recordings, but hey, we'll see. I'm gonna go with it. Anyway, so on the train home, I realized that my uncomfortability with talking in front of the camera is probably much like a lot of you ladies who don't feel comfortable being in their bodies and feeling sensual in their bodies purely for your own pleasure and not for somebody else. So I figured, why not? So why not create a challenge for myself and for other women, because I noticed they're very similar. Like, first of all, why would I put myself out there, and why should you connect with your body, and why should you feel sensual? Like, that just feels like extra and frivolous. Well, for me, I really want to connect with more women and talk to them and for them to get to know me, so they'd feel comfortable coming to my classes and working with me. And for you, why would anybody want to connect with themselves? Like, I think in our culture, in our society, connecting with your sensuality and being sexy has a negative connotation. And for me, I think it's really about you connecting with you purely for your own pleasure. And if there's somebody else in the process who takes pleasure in that, great. But I want it to be for you. And the other thing I noticed too is, there's a sense of like, I'm not going to do it right. Like, I'm going to stumble and I'm not going to get these videos done correctly, and I'm not going to say everything that I need to say. I'm going to mess up. And like you're probably like, I don't know how to move in my body. I don't know how to be sensual. What does that look like? And to be honest, where are we supposed to learn how to do that? I mean, I know times are changing, but when I was in college, moving in your body and being sensual was not an elective. Like, moving your body required you going to the gym and having repetitive, very like linear movements. And I think sensuality is soft, and it's about your curves and your touch, and not necessarily a destination, but an experience. So since we have some things in common, I figured in this challenge, I would challenge myself and also challenge you. So how it's going to work is in every video, I'm going to share something vulnerable, and I will put at the bottom in the comments some music, or an exercise, I should say, for you to step into playing with your vulnerability and your sensuality. And then what will happen is you will comment you'll comment and share your experience with me, and I will share the experience in the next day's video. So that's kind of like the format for these few videos, and I'm just gonna let it be what it is. All right, so let's begin. So my big vulnerable secret is that I don't always really know the answer until it's time for me to know the answer. And when it's time for me to know the answer, it's quite perfect. So whenever I teach a class or I'm going to go to a private, oftentimes I'm feeling into like, okay, what do I think the class needs beforehand? Maybe coming up with some music, feeling into that, and then I've learned to just be open and not attached to this is everything that I planned out. This is the playlist that we're gonna use. I'm not budging because I've learned that when I try and force something, it just doesn't work out. And I've learned to trust myself enough to allow and surrender into what really needs to happen in this space. So I'm constantly moving the music around or taking a song out, adding another song in, and coming up with exercises on the spot, because that is what I feel the women in the room need. And my favorite part about my classes is that no class, no playlist is ever the same, because the women who attend are always different, and they're never the same. I've had a lot of women who've come to my class and I let them be where they are, and that's really important for this work, is for you to be. So I say that because my exercise for you actually starts probably where you're going to least expect it, and that is I want you to start from your bed first thing in the morning when your eyes wake up, to select one of the songs that will be linked below, and just pick one, and I want you to play it, and I want you to be with it. I want you to close your eyes if you need to, if you want to put your covers over your head, if you want the pillow over your head, or you just want to lay there and do nothing and just listen to the lyrics, or maybe you want to stretch, or you want to roll around and get like tangled up in the covers. There's no wrong way to do this. The wrong way to do this would be, I don't know, thinking about what's the right way to do this? What do I expect you to do? And like in my classes, my expectation for you is to just be. So whatever being is for you in that moment, I am going to ask that you honor that. And then after you play the song, I want you to ask your body, what is it that it wants to do next, or what is it that it needs next? So if that means like you want to journal, you want to talk on the phone, you need to go get breakfast, you need to go and get out of bed and meditate, you need to go take a shower, whatever that is for you, let that come up and honor that and see how you feel. And maybe play that game throughout the day. What is it that you need to do next, or what is it that you need to know next? And learning to get back to yourself and connect with yourself for that answer, instead of like, hey, what do you think I should do next? Well, you know yourself the best. So let that be. And if nothing comes, then maybe you just got to get up and just start moving, and then the answer will come. Or maybe you just need to lay there. So play with doing something and then not doing anything, and until you start to kind of find your way with what is right for you. So I shared my big vulnerable thing on here, and I've given you an exercise. So please share your comments and your experience. And yeah, I think that's it for like this first video. I will say that I want to thank my friend Kate Lewis for unknowingly coming up with the name Sensually Soulful Vulnerability. It's going to be a video series, and I suspect something so much more, because I get doing this work is vulnerable and is kind of scary and is uncomfortable. And maybe for some it's like, hey, I want to play and get right in it. Perfect. Be where you are with that. And I think that's it. I'm done with my first video. Yay! Hey, look at that. Almost 9 minutes, and I wasn't so bad. Okay, hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Maybe shorter, longer. I have no idea. And yeah, so I think that's it. So live your sensually soulful life, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.